So I feel like this hand could go either way. I think I'm going to redraw this. Like, it just doesn't have any of our powerful cards in it. This hand's much better. It has an Emsee on 2. Ooh, Light the Votives, Bishop Elijah. Bishop Elijah, which we're both playing actually. 4 charges, put a troop with cost 2 or less of your crypt back into your hand. Alright, let's try and not skip my turn here. Play this like our second main. Wise Magistrate. Get this out. Get my Emsee on. So Emsee, 2/2, customizable card. Says flight and... So the customization we have in him is flight and swift strike. And then on diligence, he draws a random socketed card from our deck and puts it into our hand. So he's pretty good on defense here because I put a troops gets deck into my swift strike guy. So this is fine. This has flight swift strike on it too. Oh, your show ended? Dad's got your back, kid. Our 3-shard deck's going to be in the meta at some point. In general, 3-shard decks generally aren't competitive in Hex, and a big part of that reason is the fixing in Hex just doesn't enable it, which is good in all honesty. In formats where 3-shard decks are consistently playable, you end up with just like all of the decks just being good stuff mush is what they devolve into, and that's just like not particularly interesting in my opinion. All right, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and smash with both of these here. On diligence, this brings a troop back from my crypt to my hand. Oh, this has spell shield, doesn't it? Wow, that's annoying. I was planning to Decree of Banishing that, but that's not an option. The greatest limited decks ever. You're so rude, Burgle. How to Hex. There you go. I think that's probably the one you're looking for, J-Mac. Whoa! Your troops get +1/+1, and you gain 1 for every troop you control. Well, that's pretty good. Huh. Well then. It's gonna be a big swing. I'm trying to crunch with everything here, or just the Repoplar? Alright, it's all coming across. Alright, I'm gonna block here so I can start doing double spell turns. This is also gonna come back to my hand with Soulspeaker next turn. Oh, and it gains the flight swift strike, right? Ooh, we drew Animus. Okay, so this is one of the payoff cards in the socket stack. 3/3, whenever you play a socketed card, your socketed cards in all zones get +1/+1 permanently. So, Animus, play this, trigger Animus. Tap that down. Do I want to keep this on? I think I want to keep hitting with this, right? Nah, I probably am good to pump the brakes for a turn, right? Like, I've got plenty to do in my hand. Yeah, I'm just going to pump the brakes for a turn. Just half a turn, half a smidge. We're going to pump the brakes. Just like build my board up with Animus on board. If my opponent doesn't have spot removal, we're going to take over the game very quickly. Hey, Dark Wonders, thank you for the cheer. Yeah, let's turtle so we don't lose, exactly. They always have 3 sentries, right? And the sentry hands are like, again, one of the big appeals to this deck. God, fortified charge again. Holy crap. Well, now I'm really glad we held on defense. Fortified charge repoplar. I think fortified charge is very playable, just like a hex card in general. Ooh, that was brutal. Huh. All right. This is gonna block here. Man, are we dead? It's feeling like we're pretty dead. I think I'm doing this and taking 8 and going to 2.
I'm in.
Declan. No, Declan. Oh, I let the Repoplar hit me. Why did I let the... Wait, did that one have Crush? It did have Crush. Alright, I'm just so dumb. We're off it. Why did you block the one with Crush, Hogland? Because I didn't realize it had Crush. Hey, stop it. All right, what are we doing here? Grasp seems okay. Withering Gaze seems terrible. Hero Fall seems fine. Call it a day. I'll be right back. My toddler spilled water on the floor. Don't you have parents who watch you? Third. Is Darkheart better than Dragonspeaker? Maybe? I don't know. Dragonspeaker makes our board go wide too, which also seems decent in this matchup. This hand seems okay. Not doing anything particularly powerful, but like it gets to just you just like kill their first couple things. Hey, it depends on like what your goal is. If your goal is to win, probably. I wonder if they've got Zip Zapper in their deck. They've got 2 Escalate cards in their deck. Yep, yeah, Zip Zappa. When it deals combat damage to an opposing champion, escalate all of your cards. You're just supposed to trade here, actually. Card's like not doing much. That's an Emsee, sweet. I mean, like, there's plenty of aggressive decks that are like reasonably competitive and are like the entire deck is $10. they have spot removal for Emsee, we could get in a little bit of trouble. Tilt. You get hit by Zip Zapper now. Dang it, Bobby. Ugh. And we're about to get trashed, aren't we? Opponent's deck seems sweet. I'm excited to take a peek at it on PvP tools after this game. After this match, hopefully we're gonna win this game. Why does it always get speed? Alright, that's it. I'm done. We're dead. Let's look at our opponent's sweet deck. Look at our opponent's sweet deck. Their deck was way sweeter than ours. Oh, it's got Daughter of the Poet in it too. That's hot. What on earth is Kismet's dice? That's some card advantage right there. Do I have a browser window? I do have a browser window. Alright. I wish I could just import text into the client. This is their some neat ideas going on here. Like there's some details that are like certainly a little bit like, why is this here? But like light devotives, Zip Zapper. I think Fortified Charge is just like a really good card, right? Yeah, Ben understands. Ben's not new here. Ben's been around, got that diamond shard there. Ain't nobody changing how we pronounce it. Are we playing this deck now? I don't know. Maybe we'll retool it a little bit. I don't know. Let's play one or two more with sockets, and then we'll see. We usually have time for 3 decks, so I like to play at least 2 with the deck, so that way people that are like interested in seeing a particular deck get a couple matches in with it. Maybe we'll build a generic Fortified Charge deck after this. Ravnica here on Haraza. Probably some type of socket strategy as well. Because I have the 2 non-slow shards, I'm going to go ahead and lead on Withering Gaze. Take something like an Altar out of their hand. Man, look at this powerful Withering Gaze card that I have played. Pay 1, look at your opponent's hand. Sigh, question your life choices. Is there another escalate card? Like, is being mono shard where that deck wants to be? Or is there another shard we could play with it? One lie down, 2 try not to cry, yep. But we're so cool in metagaming. Opponent drew their Sapphire. It's a tilt. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, Bounty's like interesting. Violet's Caress. That's come on. I've drawn a thing. Ah, they didn't draw a thing. We're very unlucky. I'm gonna take their Sentry away, so I don't just get like smashed by shitters next turn. Demented Whispers, okay. Yep. Oh no! Got flying. Oh, Enter the Ring. That's actually really sweet, right? Enter the Ring seems great. Actually, this is Fate Weave. Probably still fine. Enter the Ring seems really good. Because that gives all your troops Gladiator, right? So it's like Fortified Charge and that are both like make all my things bigger is what they do. Charging Badger Hidden Dragon. Yeah, it's probably a Haraza deck, right? It's probably a Quenchinator Haraza deck. What just the greatest. The best Hex TCG player there ever was right here. I'm actually gonna smash with this because either we hit them and then we get another one, or they trade with it and then we bring it back to our hand. So like we're pretty happy with the outcome of this regardless, I think here. Yeah, like I think this is fine. You get to do that, pick this back up. I'm holding Emsee back because he needs to hold down the fort against this Repoplar. I'm kind of excited for this pile of cards now. Some Ruby Diamond Haraza Repoplars. It's an interesting one. Draw our third Emsee here now, I'm sure. Ooh. Powerful Hex card, Sentry of Nulzann. That's exactly when you want to draw your accelerants, right? Just right there on turn 8. We did. They trigger this, we did. Yeah, we did. Alright, Burgle was right. The Sockets deck is kind of mopey. Ooh, we've got this for the mirror. We've got these for the mirror. Get some speedy derps in here. Get these Withering Gazes out of my deck. Some Hero Falls in here. A Grasp seems fine. Yeah, Grasp seems fine. Oh, I have too many speeds. Oh, I can only put speed in one of these. Alright, we'll put Abomination in one. I'm gonna leave speed in my Cryptcurses for sure. Zip Zappers already sold out. What wankers? Just like talk about playing 4 Zip Zappers. Some wanker immediately goes and buys out the auction house. Hashtag Hex Finance. Hashtag Wanker Life. So we had a thread about. There was a thread on the Hex forums about the cost of Hex standard, because it's a little expensive now, in my opinion. Like, the average competitive deck is somewhere between like $100 and $200, as opposed to like those somewhere between like 50 and 150 or 50 and 100, like it was in a lot of previous seasons. And like, honestly, I think a big part of why the Hex format is so expensive has to do with the fact that the auction house is just kind of clunky and awkward to use. Like, for instance, we keep all the extra hex cards on my wife's account. Like, everything we have above 4x's gets sent to my wife's account. And there's probably third play sets of things on that account that we've just like never sold that would drive the price down of some of them, because just like it's too awkward and clunky to like list them, and then they might not sell, so then they don't get listed because they might not sell. Alright, we're both going to have Animuses, so things are going to get kind of silly. Their Animuses will likely have speed, though, so that's kind of scary. Yeah, definitely, Dwight. Ooh, two. Miss a shard drop, please. God bless you. God bless you. Missed a shard drop, at least. That being said, we're going to get outgrown. We need to hit a non-slow shard here, right? So we can go dupe. I guess a 2-drop's also good. I guess that'll do. So I get to do this, target this. I get to do this, trigger this again. Or non-resource on top by deck, play this. We'll draw non-resources the next like 2 turns now. Alright, I'm gonna smash with this. We need to just actually try and kill them, right? Hopefully their bottleneck is gonna be they don't have enough resources to vomit their hand out. But double Animus is gonna be a tough nut to crack for sure. Spent 2 hours posting 18 pages of cards. See, that's absurd. That's absurd. This is digital. I should be able to list it all very, very quickly with ease. Trade here. Potentially kill them on the backswing. I need to draw a piece of spot removal to kill them. Alright, might be too little too late. Probably dead here. The Sentry is gonna let them vomit their hand out, most likely. Yep. Alright, not dead yet. Yep. Yep, and a lot of cards get pushed like up over that range, right? Because of people having attitudes like that.